Okie dokie. Thing is, did I start a script or anything for this? No? That's under generators. No. Did I not? I could have sworn I started this at some point. Or did I just make notes about it somewhere? There it is. Kind of. Where is the... Where is it, though? Are you not going to tell me where it is, though? Where did I put it? Under just ideas? Under game development? I put it under game development. Okay. Yeah, okay. I did start this at one point. And then I wanted to... Okay, because what I'm really trying to do is figure out a set of upgrades for this, which is a matter of determining, okay, for each item that I have, being the buttons, what sort of things can I do to upgrade or downgrade the buttons? And then saying the button has a type, which is the color, a number, and then a position. And so those are all things I can mess with for upgrade stuff. Okay, and then position, I think also I want to add the idea of timing as well. A position in time, not only in space or not only a local position in terms of an ordering of items, but also a position in time. Okay, I guess its type is so not like I don't know how you would really define a type. And then I'm like, do I want to start making little pretty pictures and stuff? Because that's the other thing is I'm like, I don't know if I want to turn this into a PowerPoint. I think I might be done with the PowerPoint video ideas. But I think I might want to go back to the write out a script and make a YouTube video kind of thing. Or at least very much do a comparison of like, okay, I do a PowerPoint video and say, okay, that was, like, how was that? And then I do a scripted video. Well, and like I said, I think the thing about doing a scripted video is just this one song. I mean, this sounds pretty good, but it's just a single song. Wow, this painfully cute is definitely up my alley. I don't even know how I found this. Do I leave this on repeat? Maybe. Well, we gotta just leave the whole discography on repeat. Okay, well, we'll leave it on repeat until it drives me nuts. Okay, this is, well, because it's really just the idea that first you gotta define what reality is. Then you can define how to play with it. It's just equal to change. Reality is just change. So then type being the I play Replicat, you don't show up. I play... whatever this is. I Google a thing, and then there's a Brainoid. But I got some achievements on Replicat. It's a long run, though. Like, I thought I was gonna do, like, maybe a couple runs, and then it was... Okay, did watch some of it, but was lurking. Yeah, it was one of those, like, it didn't feel like I had a good build. And, like... But I managed to get all the way to, like, 15 or something. And it was, it happens to me in Balatro as well, where it's... I don't feel like I have a good build, but it gets me some of the way through it, and then when it gets to the point of, like, okay, the numbers say you gotta have a good build, and it goes up, then it doesn't happen. But I think I will tackle more of this tomorrow, maybe. Because it's one of those things of, like, I would love to do a run and then do something else, but when a run could possibly take 2 hours, I do want to do this. I'm like, do you need to have, like, a lot of ghost cards, or is there a way to actually increase the max? Oh, so how is 2 hours a run? That's insane. Okay, I guess I was playing fairly slow then. But it was taking me a while. I didn't think I was playing that slow, but it was taking me like an hour and a half to get through to level 15, so... Maybe I just gotta click faster. You got me... Yeah, okay, so 2.5 hours. Yeah, so 3 hours. And I've done 1 run. No, 2 runs. Technically, I've done... Yeah, because I did 2 runs. I got to level 14 the first run, and then I got to level 15 or something. Yeah. You get faster at some point. Also, hello there, Pagorly. Are we gonna hit me with a dad joke again? So I can groan at how non-joke it is. It's always like so much nothing. There's been 1 or 2 that I thought were like possibly funny, but like nah, it's. But it's a big cat pick. I'm not like I like cats. I don't love cats. I don't know. I don't understand the obsession with cats. But also, how is the launch been for Replicat? I keep watching the number go up. And I think it just crossed the threshold to 50. Yeah, it hit very, very positive. So congrats on the very positive. That's an accomplishment. Numbers do be going up. Cat go purr. I think I did see that in the reviews. I did leave a review as well. I was a good kid. I left a review. Does Steam tell you if people actually like upvote your review or not? I'm assuming nobody saw it because I hadn't seen a. I did. Or at least it should be here. Now that I go looking for it, it's like, review. Where are you at? There we go. Proof. I did. I left a review. I was seeing Honest Dan in there. Oh, I was also disappointed. I looked at the credits and I wasn't cool enough to make the credits. But that's fine. I gotta pump up my numbers on Twitch and then maybe I'll be cool enough. Bigger number, better person. Yeah, okay. Pomo, Honest Dan. Everybody coming out of the woodwork to leave a review. You're definitely gonna add me? Yay! Complain and you shall receive. There's a Pogorli on the screen too. There's a Pogorli, yes. Okay, I do see a Pogorli on the screen there too. He made lots of streamers play the game. Yeah, okay, he's doing his part. I guess I just have a Replicat in the corner of my stream. Probably not super helpful. But I was kind of waiting for like the streamers to start picking up. Well, we'll see how long it takes for that to happen. Because I feel like this is a game that would get picked up by. Well, and I don't know if there has been like Retromation or Alexa has picked this up and done a video. Okay, and then Alexa, or like Northern Lion. I keep expecting Northern Lion to, actually, I don't know what he's been up to recently, but, I mean, because I know he likes Balatro, so. Etsy played the game and loved it. He's a friend of Alexa. None of the big YouTubers answered the emails, sadly. Well, were these emails from Arabit? Or was this something that you did, or was Arabit part of that? Because I feel like that's where the publisher would get involved and say, hey, here's a name that's attached to this and not just a random email. Alexa's last video is depressing. Oh! Yeah. 2 hours ago. Okay. Oh, I think I will watch this. Arabit emailed a lot of YouTubers. Yeah, okay. I figured that's kind of where that's the publisher's thing to do, so. Well, I guess we'll have to watch this and see what, I just told him to keep it up on his Discord. I told who to keep what up on the Discord? Oh, and then Northern Lion. That was the other one. Because I feel like this is... But if he's deep into playing like certain games... Because it looked like he was back on the Binding of Isaac grind. Oh yeah, Morsels. I was like, Morsels seems very Northern Lion. Especially with his Binding of Isaac obsession that has lasted since... Jeez, when was Binding of Isaac? It's a long time to be playing a game. That is a lot of hours. Oh, he's doing a great job for indies and he should keep doing that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I definitely tune into their videos. Retromation I tuned out for a little bit because he had a long string of the Bazaar videos. Oops, I didn't want to see what this game was. Which I think that was him, you know, getting that bag. Like, getting the money off of a bunch of the Bazaar. But I am glad he's mixed it up again. Yeah, there we go. It's just like a ton of the Bazaar here. Which, that's a game I'm surprised... Oh, it's because it was early access or something that I never actually did try it out. Yeah, these are the two creators that I jumped to for keeping up with, like, roguelike news, basically. Yeah, 2011. Yeah, okay, so that's been a long-lasting obsession. Because I'm assuming Northern Lion was starting from the beginning there, but... I feel like there's another one that does, like, roguelike coverage that's kind of in... Oh, you did mention Etsy. Etsy is not a name I'm familiar with, so... Because it's Retromation does some stuff with a few different YouTubers occasionally. Although Etsy's gonna come up with Fun, the couple of runs that I've done. And I want to do more. Like I said, I think I probably will boot it up for a round tomorrow. And then, if I have time, do some Borderlands 4. Because I want to get that off my plate. I want to just finish at least the main story. I love Borderlands. I gotta finish it. I'm too invested. I'm too invested in the franchise. Okay, I think this is again all links I can look at later. So has anybody used, like... I guess not. $36 refunds for the game? Although, is that... I don't actually know what to compare that to, whether that's good or bad. And I mean, you also don't know why they refunded it. Although I'm thinking of like, oh, maybe they accidentally purchased it. I don't know how you would accidentally purchase a game though, so that's probably not. Oh, this was a tower defense thing. That's why I didn't immediately wishlist this. Because I'm not a tower defense kind of guy. I don't care about defending my towers. 48%, so it's still quite low. Did that twice today? Did 2 accidental purchases from your dev account today? Well, okay, then... Well, like I said, go with the charitable response and say the 36 were, accidental purchases. Yeah, I've never tried to refund anything on Steam. I don't know if there's something, like... Well, that's the thing, too, is like something like Sea of Stars that I was disappointed with. I also kickstarted that, so it's like not like that's really a, gonna return that either, so. This was your first time doing accidental purchases? Well, do you mean that you, wanted a refund Arc, but had 2 hours and 2 minutes on it? Oh, okay, yeah, so you just got over the cutoff. Something like Fortnite. That's probably one that I could have refunded. Because that was... Well, but I think that was also buying that at the time with friends to say, hey, let's try out this game. And then it immediately morphed into something else entirely. I would say I've never gone back, but there was the once that my little cousin... Or it's technically my cousin's kid. He was like, oh, let's play Fortnite. And I was like, I'll try it. And they're like, oh, we gotta go here. Oh, we gotta go here. Oh, we gotta go here. We won. I'm like, oh, I'm glad we won. I don't know what just happened, but I guess I'm glad. So I've got a 100% win rate on Fortnite. So did they refund the time? I'm trying to think of like a game that I regret playing that I would want my time back. Like I said, these games I'm disappointed in, but not necessarily the stuff that I'm like that I would like want a refund. So Purchase Monsters are coming today and took a break from dev for sure. Wow, I believe because that was did that have a secondary title to it? Yeah, Rock and Road. Yeah, okay, it has the secondary title to it. This looked interesting to me. I'm not a Survivors Alike guy, though. I never really got into Vampire Survivors. I attempted to make my own Survivors Alike, and even that didn't go super well, so... Yeah, it was a legit separate game before the Battle Royale. Yeah, that's the thing that I purchased. I purchased it when it was like a $40 zombie game before it became something else entirely. Yeah, that's like, had you told me when they announced Fortnite that it was going to be as big as it was, I would have been very, very confused. So, yeah, Tower Defense Fortnite. And yeah, okay, this did have a subtitle on it, so. Plays a bit different than a Survivors Alike. It has tower defense elements too, but yeah, I get you. Well, yeah, it's this swarm of enemies with all the blue gems in between them that is very Survivors Alike. But yeah, the big tower that you make here is the differentiating factor for sure. Wait, so does this shave your castle down? Is it? Oh, no, these are logs here. Okay. This keeps looking like a wall to me rather than a bridge. Yeah, I think I threw this on my wish list and then I even was following this. I need to get rid of the follows on some of these because I hit the cap on follows. And I'm like, okay, no, there's some other games I would actually genuinely want to follow as opposed to just wish list. But even the games that I genuinely want to follow, that I like have kickstarted and stuff, I haven't played those either. So, yeah, very tempted to boot up some Kingdoms of the Dump now that that's out. But I got so many other things, like my list of things that I've started. I guess I called it indie games to play, and then yeah, okay, because I should throw Borderlands 4 on here, and this is just a games that I am playing in this case. Yeah, that was my goal for the year, was to play more of those games that I've kickstarted. And then that didn't happen. Well, it did. I got through a couple of the games that I've kickstarted, and then that was about it. Okay, Albion Online is one that I don't think I'll ever come back to. Elytra I'm kind of done with, because I finished that on mobile. Well, I haven't... I've finished a good chunk of it on mobile. It's one of those ones where I'm hitting a wall. Oh yeah, I was doing the like round of FTL before booting up something else. Okay, yeah, like this I want to finish. I don't know about coming back to Animal Well at some point. There's people that I think that I respect that absolutely love the heck out of Animal Well, and I bounced off of it when I played it. Yeah, UFO 50. That's the other one that I want to do some more UFO 50. And FTL. I want to have a successful run of FTL. Oh, I should put Replicat on here too. See, that's the problem. This is why I wanted to finish things instead of continuing to boot up games. This is another one of those, like, I want to finish... Okay, we'll put... What do you mean deleted cell? Excuse... Don't... I could tell there was a problem. What are you doing? Okay, then Replicate? Why did you delete it? I never played Elytra again after I started working on Replicat. Got inspired and it was done for me. That's probably a smart idea. I don't know. Well, because I know that's also partially how Elytra was made, was, okay, I have an idea if I want to change up the rules of poker, and then just said, okay, I'm not going to play anything else, I'm just going to try to do that. Which is kind of what this was about. For this fundamental axis of play, was kind of saying, okay, what are the different levers I can mess with for making upgrade items, basically. To the type being, okay, you can boost the type of like a green button or a blue button, or here you can change the number on the button. I guess information being... Which this was partially inspired by Replicat when I realized, oh yeah, like memory stuff. Like whether you know... I guess information being unknown and also like memory as well. Oh, was there ever any thought of doing like long-term memory match? I guess not matching, but because it's a matching game and you have to remember where cards are. I am curious, was there ever any, like, remember... I don't know how you would do that gameplay-wise, but it feels like if you have a lot of short-term memory tests, that there's a possibility of doing a long-term memory test. But you need to remember who you are to be able to play. Get existential with it. There's a... Yeah, and I don't know if that would even be fun to do, like, a long-term memory test. But it's simply because it's about memory. And you have, like, short-term memory and long-term memory. But it feels like the only way to really... Well, I don't know if the only way, but, like... It's like trivia or something. You have some random bit of trivia that you have to remember for a long time. I lost the game. What is it? An Arch Linux user is not here, and yet I still lost the game. They don't even need to be here, and I can still lose the game all on my own. Okay, this is information being unknown and also memory. Yeah, because that's like ideally is one of those things of can I build all of this into a single type of item? That's the thing, is because like a card does have a lot of this built into it in terms of type being the suit on the card, the number being the number on the card, the position of the card based on, and then like information being whether it's flipped up or down, the randomness being the shuffling of the deck. And then I put emotion on there because games are about emotions, but I don't know how you would build that into like an asset. Okay, I probably ruined the moment here with the music and the automatic speed up on my YouTube.
Ok, por favor, por favor. 14.000 pontos, deu certo? Oh.
Did it not score at all? It didn't look like it...
Não, meu.
Just before you win the game, it asks what card you matched on the on round 1. He's all dressed up. Is that part of the shtick, or is that just happen to be dressed up for the moment? Oh, that looks like it's part of the shtick here. The brand, I guess. The shtick is probably the wrong word for it. It's not Spanish, is it? Is it Portuguese? Looks like it might be Portuguese. Also, is this in English? I was like, oh, I won't be able to understand it very well, but if it is covering games like Replicat and other roguelikes and stuff. So is this just looking for Replicat? Is that how you're finding videos or something? Or is this people sending it to you as well? I'm assuming probably a little of both. Oh, is Arabit happy with the performance of Replicat? So, searching him up on YouTube, okay. Yeah, because I don't know what the publisher was looking for in terms of sales and stuff. Or I guess even what the contract was. Well, I mean, I guess a publisher is going to want to look for their money back at any rate. Because I'm assuming there was some kind of money that was exchanged for, you know, for services versus the performance of the game. Well, and I guess, yeah, the emotions I can think of, well, because this is partially like story too. which is because I'm thinking of like a magic card. Like a magic card has pretty much all of this built into it too. Yeah, and is this something I would want to build into each and every item that I have? Not really, but... Well, and I guess, because even Binding of Isaac, they kind of do have some amount of this in their different random items and stuff. Okay, like if I look up... do I look up Binding of Isaac, maybe? Oh, is there a wiki for Replicat? I kind of doubt it, but... Does Replicat have a list of its items? Wait, let's see if Replicat has a wiki. Nope, Replica. Yeah, okay, I spelled it right. It doesn't... There's no Replicat wiki. It's been literally like a day. It's been like 2 days. There's not gonna be anything, but... Someone emailed asking for a Steam key, but I think it'll happen on its own after some time. For... like YouTubers finding the game, or... Unless you're talking Arabit was asking for a Steam key. Which, no, they would have access to the page anyway if they're changing like thumbnails and stuff. Or capsule, I guess the capsule image. There's a right way to say it, and I don't remember what that is. Okay. So, did I want to also start writing this into a script for a video? Or did I want to... Not really, not on the stream. Did I want to make pretty pictures of these ideas? Also not really. Okay, let's do here and say upgrades. Let's do ideation for upgrades. That's kind of what I wanted to work on. Did I have a list of things to... Wow, I am most likely going to leave this one singular song on repeat for the entire stream. Because this is quality stuff here. Okay, wait, so take me back to Alexa, because there was a game that I should also probably put down on my comps as well. There's a deck building roguelike. That's a roulette one. Maybe. The... was a bit back. Yeah, this one, there we go. Slot machine plus Bellatra. What was this one again? Runeborn. Yeah, okay, so these other slot machine roguelikes, that's kind of... This does feel a bit like I'm just doing everything except actually making the game. I'm trying to do some planning, that's what it is. Minutes of planning can save you hours of development. Let's do some planning. Although I really don't need to be doing this much market research after I've already kind of started the game. Okay, yeah, Goblins was the one that was... I think that's what I would want to push for a publisher, too. Have I don't actually... Like, wait a second. Have I actually played any other games, or have I just wish-listed, like, their entire catalog? I played the demo for Nidica. I wasn't super impressed with it. Okay, the answer is I have wish-listed all of their stuff. Not played any of it. What does that say? It says they're hitting a very... Well, it depends on how much I do actually play games and stuff, too. Oh, Million Monster Militia might actually be on the lower end of... Okay, because Runeborn I think is doing okay, because it just came out, and it's in early access, so that's kind of an interesting spot to be at. Wait, so does... Whatchamacallit, does Goblins have multiple slot machine roguelikes? Okay, so then Spin Hero. It comes out Spin Herp every single time. I am incapable of typing. I need an AI to just... I don't know that I would want to talk into a computer and say, please dictate all of the things that I say. Because then I'm going to realize that my diction is terrible too. And then I'm going to mistype everything I say as much as I mistype everything I type. All sorts of verbal typos. Okay, so if I organize these by sales, it's Luck Be a Landlord, Endgame of Devil, Runeborn? Spin Hero. Spin Hero, Runeborn, Million Monster Militia. Yeah, and I gotta get some kind of game demo fully done, because I signed up for a thing. There is a showcase mid-December, or like end of December-ish. It's in that time frame right before Christmas. So right before Christmas, there is a showcase that I signed up for, which I guess I haven't gotten a confirmation as to whether they picked the thing that I submitted, but also characters and stuff. So 150 trinkets. So this was 200. This was unknown. That's unknown. So that's 150. 120 symbols. Replicat was in the 50s. 90 unique cards and 80 curios. 150 jokers. 55 burgers, 55 surprise, 55 something, 55 pies. And 100 and something tater tots. Stop, I'm doing something. Wow, everybody disappeared. I hope, what was the game yesterday? I don't remember what Phil was playing yesterday. But I hope it's a fun game. I hope it is fun. Okay, so the answer being... Teardown, that's what it was. I hope Teardown is fun for you. I don't know if that's also happening today. So, the upgrade list. Okay, that's items. Yeah, okay, this is the different ways that the balls can interact, which that can get kind of crazy, but then it's also the scoring of the balls being a... okay, so this is upgrades. It is, but it's not happening today, though it was earlier today. Okay, so it's not happening right now. The teardown is not happening right now. Arguably, it is. I'm tearing down all these other roguelikes. I'm gonna maybe not tear down is the right word, but I'm trying to... Okay, so upgrades, of which should be around 100. Is kind of the goal to aim for. So, this is where my silly little fundamental axes of play being... so then this is the type, of which you could do something like green, so it's like... So I want to put the exact words. No, I just kind of want to say upgrade green. Of which this is going to the Balatro... okay, just start with red. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So that's just an obvious place to start. And then that was something for type, being the order as well. Which I guess is what the rock, paper, scissors thing is. So that's really what this is. It's just the relationship between the different items. So you have not only different items, but then the relationship between them. Which I guess rock is less than paper. Paper is less than scissors. I guess I did that kind of out of order. If I wanted to do this is greater than this is greater than this. We'll throw that on the end. Okay, but in terms of an upgrade for scoring, being like the type ordering, and this is like rainbow, which is B. The thing that I just put, red, orange, Roy G. Bev. Purple. I was like, no, we're not gonna do indigo and violet. And blue and purple. Which, this would be hard to score if you're trying to score all 6 of those in a row. But... now, there's probably some other type ordering stuff that you could do for that as like an upgrade, but... again, I want to get the fundamental, I want to get the top level things down and then drill down from there. Okay, so the number being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's just upgrading what those numbers do. And then being the number ordering as well. Yeah, because that is the upgrade can really just be adding different types of scoring too. Which I guess Bellatra messes with that a little bit. I know there what was that Pip game. Hey, Pip hooray, it did just pop up. Yeah, it's sort of a dice-based Bellatra-esque sort of thing. But I thought this was neat because it had this list of the different types of scoring that you switch out. So you're not just scoring all ones, you're doing scoring all odds, or sum is over 19, or all between 3 and 5. Okay, this is more like numbers scoring. Maybe that's the thing, is adding different ways to score as well. Which I guess is just, so like sequence. And then like palindrome. Did this have any ideas to mine here? Sums, yeah, I could do sums. That's a little, it might be a little obnoxious to do. Yeah, okay, some of these are thresholds. But then also sums. Bonus 5 of a kind. Lucky 5s, don't know what those mean, but... okay, and then a sum. And let's see, like odds and evens, which I guess is what I put under that fundamental thing here, being like threshold and percentages, and which I guess the sum being a threshold. Percentage I think would be harder to figure out. It's like you have to score a certain percent. I guess it's still a like sum or something, but yeah, and I'm not really wanting to do the different types of buttons. Like I want to keep these buttons pretty basic for now, and then I can add the like multiplication button or the... That's true too. It's like I could do sets of... yeah, because it's like if you put an X in the middle and then say, okay, one of the buttons is X, which is actually multiply, and then say, oh, well, I hit this button, which is a 4, and then do an X, and then do the next button, which is a like a large number. Oh, I guess you're really just gonna hit the largest number you can, but put the X in between them. Oh, I wanted to put cozy marbles down as well as a touch point visually. Really? You're not gonna pop up with it? Yeah, because I think visually this is a direction that I could head as well. Yeah, which they do give the marbles, like, a little face. Or some kind of texture or something. Oh, I was thinking of adding, like, a marble machine. For the... We're just bouncing around all sorts of places. This is just all over the place. Okay. See, that's just long. And I'm like, okay. Satisfying puzzle roguelike. Okay, I still have this copied somewhere, right? Because I don't think it's bad, but I don't know that it's good enough. It's just long. Yeah, and I think Marble Machine. Okay, yeah, that was my original, and then there was this. Okay, and then I want to try doing a... So here we do, yeah. Say satisfying puzzle roguelike. Oh, and now here I am wanting to solicit questions when there's maybe not anybody around. Because that's the question, is like, looking at this, how would you describe this game to somebody in a way that would be interesting and get the idea across? And also, should I stick with the abstract theme, or should I go for some other kind of theme? Personally, I like the abstract theme simply because it gives you the most ability to, like, it gives you the most amount of creativity. Yeah, I asked Claude about roguelikes that combine, that have a heavy creative element, and it, like, all the ones that they pulled up have sold pretty dang well. So I feel like the combining of roguelike with a heavy creative element is hopefully a path to success, and success being, I mean, I guess what would I define success as? I guess it would be enough money to quit my job and do it full-time. do this full-time. That would be success. Now, do I have another smaller, easier goal of success, or a much more likely goal of success? Which would be, I don't know, 100 sales? Or 100 reviews? 100 reviews is crazy, though. That's a lot. But 100 sales would be nice. That's probably a lot to ask for as well. Do I have anything that's like what is the most I've ever made on here? Because I could go look at my not safe for work site, but that, well, I'm not going to do that on Twitch, and also that is a different beast. It's a different market. Okay, so analytics-wise, the most I've... Yeah, okay, 3,000 views and downloads. 38 downloads. Okay, I guess 64 downloads. Wait, downloads? That's not... Browser plays. Also, wait, if I do it by downloads, that's entirely different. Why have so many people downloaded Llama God? Weird. But the idea of getting 100 sales is, at least compared to the stuff that I've actually sold, would be difficult, would be crazy. But I guess if I look at the midpoint here, okay, maybe 50 sales. But Steam is a different beast, and if I make a game that does actually hit the market of Steam, then that would work, but... Okay. Okay, the words I want to use are like score high and a marble machine, but then how do you put those together? of like, create a high-scoring marble machine. Or I guess use chain reactions. But it's like, what is scoring in terms of a marble machine? Like, use chain reactions to... I guess, no, scoring is not, this doesn't even mention that, and this is the one that I'm going with right now anyway. Okay, so draw a path. Yeah, it's one of those, like, how do I... Like, what is the most important thing you need to know? Because it's one of those things of, like, am I basically putting all the adjectives before the noun? And is that the way I want to say it? Or do I want to put the noun before the adjectives? Because a marble machine is kind of the noun, but then the way you interact with the machine is to draw a path. But then marble machine, draw a path, it's not English. But draw a path through a marble machine. And then we just steal this. Because I think that's actually not too bad. But that's the thing, is at least Claude got pretty hung up on the, like, slot machine randomness, and I feel like that's not... Slot machine, I don't think is the word either. I think marble machine is the words that I want to use there. It's a satisfying puzzle roguelike, combining path drawing. Okay, if I just switch out this, combining slot machine randomness. Nah, because it's specifically slot machine randomness with creative path drawing. And I think it's a marble machine is the words I want to use. Shoot, the Loop board game for GMTK. I'm forgetting what the name was. I don't think it's the same thing, but it was reminding me of that Monopoly-esque. But I do think it said, like, roguelike-esque. I wonder if it's more Loop Hero, now that I think about it. Technically. Okay, yeah, no, this is looking much more Loop Hero than it is looking like, whatchamacallit. I don't remember the game the Brainoid made. Dang it. Okay. Interesting ad. So, now, more upgrade ideation being... That's not you. You, this one. So, information being upgrades. So then... Yeah, because I'm trying to think of how to upgrade the scoring of the button, but I guess it's also the scoring of the ball, maybe? Or the scoring of the... Yeah, because this is not the different types of buttons. This is the upgrades to the buttons, is really what I want to think about. I don't know, but I guess it's also like... Well, if I look at Backpack Hero, what does it list out for its... Because Backpack Hero is just a list of items. That might be more what I want to look at in terms of... Yeah, it's a list of items, but there's different types of items. I guess this is, I'm trying to separate it into upgrades, buttons, and upgrades, but I think they're not as separated, necessarily. Okay, 800 distinct items. Yeah, okay, and that's this, like, if you took something like Endgame of Devil and said 240 minions and then 200 creatures, so then that's 400 things. Okay, but Backpack Hero has 800 distinct items. Although I think that's... There's some minor variance, if I remember correctly. Which is fine. That's a thing you can do for sure, but... Okay, oh, and that's the thing too. I guess I didn't even think about the size of some of the items. I don't know that it's something I want to mess with a ton just yet, but... Okay, what was the next thing? Information was the thing. So, that being... Because right now you can see every single button, and you can see what all of the buttons do. But that would be either... Okay, let's just write down an idea, and then I can change it if that's... so this is just the... Let's see, the randomness threshold. Because that could be both the minimum... No, that was right. Okay, that being the minimum, and then the maximum. So this is just like an upgrade item that says a button that is randomized will score between a higher minimum and a higher maximum kind of thing. Let's see, let's have it the button rarity, maybe? Or I guess item rarity. That's the thing. This is gonna be mixed a little more. I'm not doing like straight up, okay, these are the upgrades, these are the buttons. I do kind of want to mix them a bit. But I guess that's the minimum and maximum of the item rarity. Now, is there a... Because that's an upgrade you could do as well, being like a... like lock a direction of a random... like a, whatever, like a random... randomizer? I guess lock a randomizer? Yeah, okay, but this is getting into like this stuff here, like the cloner or the combiner or... Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of different... Yeah, I think this is gonna be closer to the like Balatro, or no, Balatro, the backpack hero end of the scale. Well, this did worse than backpack battles, right? Which is unfortunate, because I think I like backpack hero better, but... I guess it's the power of multiplayer. Wow, they're just selling that entirely on sexy ladies, aren't they? Oh, not too far behind. It's 4,000 instead of 3,000. I guess 1,000 is a pretty big difference. But... Okay, and they're still working on it, still patching it and stuff. Yeah, I haven't played this in forever. Okay, 400 different items to choose from. I was gonna say this pink character. Yeah, these two characters I hadn't even seen from their initial list. Yeah, see, but I played this game so early on, it was still the, like, sexy chibis, even. Everybody was like, this is a little uncomfortable. I don't know that I need this, like, sexy chibi character. Let's see, and then this being... let's see, button merging? It's kind of more like a feature rather than as an upgrade, but... The upgrade being... Yeah, because I'm thinking of an item that helps you score better based on the buttons. Which I guess, yeah, I put the randomness and the... Okay, I guess I kind of was looking at the randomness rather than the information, but... And yeah, this doesn't really connect with the very abstract sort of thing that I'm doing. Well, I don't know, because there's something like Ultimate Chicken Horse that has items that are... like change around the... Oh, okay, yeah, so this does the, like, Joker turns, too. Yeah, okay, but there's Jokers that modify the suit. So that's kind of the ones that I put down for the numbers. There's the Jokers that modify the sequence scoring. Or modify the scoring, rather, I guess. And then there's stuff like this. That's the thing. I think these are the more interesting Jokers. And I feel like that's the stuff that I should focus on, is some of those, like ideating some of these. Oh, that was the ball traveling as well. Which I don't know where that would go. I guess under position, maybe? Well, because I'm thinking the position of the items rather than the position of, like, the ball. That's also the ball scoring being... So the ball scoring being, like, how... travel distance. Because that could be the... If the ball travels a short distance, it scores better. If it travels a long distance, it scores better. Let's see, there's re-triggering stuff, and then dat. Yeah, some of these are, I think, less interesting. There's sacrificing other upgrades. And then bonuses for discards. Adding certain types of buttons, in this case, instead of certain types of cards. And then do I want the spoilers? Do I want to see the Jokers that I haven't actually gotten to at this point? Again, this is stuff like held in my hand and all that. And that's the question too, is like, what is an item that is just an upgrade item? Or I guess what is the category of an item that is just an upgrade? This is where I was kind of thinking runestones. Is the, And then I do want to have the upgrade items be on the board. Because I was thinking of the backpack hero kind of... Well, and I guess loot blood is the same thing. Of the, like, where you place your items that upgrade things that score. And the things that score are all on the same board. Instead of being separated out into something else. Yeah, like backpack hero, backpack battles both do the, like... Your stuff that upgrades your items is in the same space as your items. Which I do think is a little more interesting than... It's one of those things that can get very complex. Because that's the thing, is like loot plot is very complex. But I guess something like backpack battles or backpack hero is not overly complex. Personally. Yeah, I know Claude was pushing for, like, do a cozy theming on the game. Like I said, I think I want to stick with the abstract theming, not only because it'll be easier to make for now, but also because that will have more I feel like it'll have more possibility in the future, just because I want to add that heavy creative element. That is really the thing. And why I don't want to commit to, like, a very specific art style. Or a very specific thing. Okay, if I look up a rune stone, like, what does that look like? Which I guess there was that rune whatever game that... Okay, you're gonna give me these really big chunky rocks. This is kind of what I was thinking of, is like this stuff. Because this is the question, is how hard is it to make something like this in Blender? And the answer is, for me, might be kind of difficult. That's the thing too, is like I could do more geometric as well. And right now, yeah, I think I kind of need to move away from circles, because if I have balls and I have buttons, those are very circular. And then I want to have kind of a different visual indicator for... oh, it's just, I guess why I had the... Because I had the... tiles. I had the tiles that were kind of the upgrade item too. Okay, yeah, because there is also this possibility of just doing like a hexagonal tile as well. So, do I boot up Blender? Do I do the dangerous thing of booting up Blender? Do I remember how to use Blender? And the answer is always no. I never remember how to use Blender. Sure. Are you telling me I never booted a Blender? Have I not booted a Blender on this computer? Is that what that's trying to say? Okay, do I have the... Oh yeah, I did the poker chip, the bowling pin, the button arcade. Yeah, the arcade button, and then the question was... Okay, these are all based on cubes though, right? Yeah, okay, I think I was all using the unit cube as a thing. So that means I really should be able to just do this. Say general, just use the unit cube again. So we hit S to scale along the Z by 1 half. Can I do 0.5 or is it gonna... I was gonna say, is it gonna go off just the number? Is that this transform? Is that what this is changing? S. Yes, it is. Okay. So then we do this. Do like a 0.5. That's the wrong one. On the Z. Yes, okay. Then, if I do bevel, and then I don't, so go to modeling. Yeah, not inset fade, but bevel. And then I want to select all the edges, something like that. So all of these edges. And this one. Let's try that again. Do I want to cut it by a quarter? I think I do. So then we go back to here. And then I'm already selecting that object, and then we cut it in by a quarter. Now I probably should have done that before I did the beveling. And then I shade auto smooth. Okay, so the answer is, let's go back to here. Then I want to change the scale to 0.25. There we go. Then I want to hit everybody. Then I want to hit Control B to bevel them. And then I want to go some direction. There. It's rounding a little weird, but that's okay. It's because I think I want this depth to be a bit more. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. And then I go back to here, and then I do the shade auto smooth or the shade smooth. Pretty dang similar for this one. Okay, we do export it. Yeah, and I think I'm only gonna go till 8 o'clock today, and then actually go to bed early, because that's what I did yesterday. It was like, I'm gonna leave and go to bed early, and then I just didn't. And then I just stayed up, and it was like, oh look, there's emails. Oh look, I gotta watch this YouTube video. Oh look, it's 10 o'clock. Oops. Let's continue to go to bed at the same way too late and get wig. Not way too late, but go to bed too late and then get up too early. Okay, this is no octagon. I know how these things. I know how to count. Oct. No, do I know how to spell? Octagon rounded. Something like that. And documentos is like. Okay, yeah. Just let me copy that before I go. Okay, export the selection though. Wow, I'm remembering so much stuff. Selected objects. And the answer is just the mesh, not anything else. I guess there is only one object in here, so that was going to be the one object anyway, but... Okay, so then... I can go to here and go to whatever documentos. And then I can take my new octagon rounded and drop you in here. Okay, so now I think I have probably too many options for... Well, here's the thing, is like the poker chip as a upgrade, which then it's a round of buttons and a round ball and stuff. So then having stuff that is a little more specifically just for upgrades, being like an octagon instead. Did I make prefabs for... Yeah, okay, so I did do... Yeah, I have the tile and the poker chip. And the domino and the... Well, I'm like, did I put text on the tile? I did. I put text on the tile. Did I put text on the poker chip? No. The tile is massive comparatively. Oh, and I did put the outline on that. Okay, so now we take the model. We'll call it runestone, I guess. That is kind of what I was aiming for. That's not a great... Well, okay. Of the stone, the things that say they're rune stones, Well, it's just this. It's looking at that and saying, oh, that thing. But that's not just straight up an octagon. And then what was that other asset pack? Okay, this is kind of a series of rounded rune stones. And then what about rune? Let's spin hero. Rune? Runeborn, there we go. And then these are more vague blobs. Yeah, which I'm like, I could try to do a vague blob in Blender as well. Oh, grindstone. That's another one that I wanted to put down as a reference. Now that would be kind of fun. Take all of these things that I put down as references and say, okay, combine all of this into a video game. Have the AI say, okay, I want to take Plungeroo is the main game, and then everything else is kind of references on top of that. What sort of thing do you make? Oh, I guess this has kind of vaguely shaped rocks as well. It is a little ironic, but grindstone got to be a little too grindy, which is why I didn't fully finish the There's a lot of these that I feel like I should just poke at, as in, like, play for 10 minutes sometime, and then just continue to do that with all sorts of these different games that I've been stuck on, is just play for 10 minutes. What's Capybara been up to since, Oh. The Grindstone is their latest release? Oh, Battle Vision Network. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, because Grindstone's been a while. Oh, and that's Steam. I was like, because that was also mobile, like Apple kind of thing. Interesting that they went for yet another kind of colorful grid. I kind of want to just push through the ad break. I also stood the entire time. I meant to sit at some point. Y'all are supposed to remind me. You put a stand up and then didn't put a sit down. I just wouldn't have expected myself to just... Well, I guess when I sit all day, it is a little... Oh, yep. Okay. I do. I need to do all of those things. That's what I get. I complain, and then I get the reminders that, hey, let's do all the things. Yeah, no, that's fair. You can hit me with the yawn. It's weird that I just mostly wrote some words in a document, and I feel like I did actually accomplish something. I copied some links over and stuff, though, too. Again, this is one of those planning things. I'm doing a little more, like, planning kind of stuff. Is Grindstone on here? Oh, yeah, it was an ad break. Oh, so all of the fact that I did all these things isn't even on the... okay. I don't know where I would put Grindstone. Because it's not a marble game, it's not a factory game. It's a puzzle game. I guess we put it in there. These were kind of more of, like, really, like, others, but... Well, and that's partially the other thing with Grindstone, is that it is a pathfinding puzzle. Like, I don't know if they mention that, but... Okay, let's see. How do I feel about this tagline here? A puzzle game where your epic adventures are just your 9 to 5. I think that's terrible. It's a puzzle game where you do an office job. That's kind of what that sounds like to me. Just because it says a 9 to 5. It's your job to mine grindstones from the creeps that lurk in the mountain in over 250 levels. Yeah, see, I think they're focusing on the job, but I'm like, that's not... It's the fun of the puzzle game that you're really... Yeah, this seems to be fairly focused on the fantasy of the game, as opposed to the, like, what do you do in the game? Clicker. Really? They put it on as a clicker game? No, okay, that's... oh, here. There we go. Puzzle collect us on clicker. Hack and slash. Cooking? Character customization. There's a little bit of character customization, I suppose. Cooking. That's an interesting one. I don't remember cooking. I think there might be like a cooking mini game. Kind of, sort of, technically, maybe. This is making me want to boot up my Switch and see how far I got before I hit the wall of, like, it's too grindy. I feel like I got halfway. I went through a couple of worlds. Yeah, because I'm like, I know I did some of the plant world. I know I did... It's been a while since I played Grindstone. Great. This is making me want to boot it up. So, like, I did have it on... Like, the Switch is where I played it, right? Yeah, because I don't even own it here. Critter Crunch. I was like, that's like the OG Humble Bundle kind of game, right? It's a 2010 game. They had some kind of newsletter to follow or something, right? Because this looks like an interesting, somewhat ambitious idea. And I would like to... Oh, new daily grind mode. A free grindstone update 5 months ago. Interesting. Well, grindstone must still be doing fairly well for them if they're doing pretty frequent updates and dropping it on Steam and stuff. And a blue sky. Okay, wait. Give me the trailer. Like, show me Battle Vision Network in motion again. What was that other Might and Magic thing? So let's swap the, Yeah, okay, it is, I think I'm going to bed here too, but now I'm getting sucked into, like, okay, how do you play this game exactly? Well, based on the animations and stuff, they are confident in this game. Although it doesn't... It's definitely some kind of puzzle battle game. But that's really all I could gather from it, is a sci-fi puzzle battle game. An online PvP puzzle battler, fusing cozy color matching gameplay with deep turn-based tactics. Yeah, see, this they didn't do, like, here's all this story stuff. Then it says teams from across the galaxy by. I think that's how you want to do it, is say, what is the game? And then you say, what is the story? The story after the fact. Because I could model it out in, Unity, or I could model it out in Blender. Probably better to model it out in Blender. But again, that should be pretty easy to do. Just take another rounded cube and put some. That's the thing, though. Is like. I could make it like a domino instead too. Yeah, and I think I would have to figure out an animation for it too, so that it looks like it's hopping onto the xylophone and then hopping off of it just a little bit. Yeah, okay, now I'm getting into the idea of like, what do I want the kind of like modifier items to look like? Because I have listed things here for like these modifier things here, but. Okay, so I'm clearly falling asleep here. I'm ready for bed. The question is, okay, well, I came up with visually kind of what I want the upgrades to look like. I came up with gameplay wise kind of what I want the upgrades to look like. So actually, let's do a very quick test here. I just say like green scores double, and then we make this. Do I have a green material, or can I just change the color of it? I do have a green. And then that is just adds. Okay, so then if I do another one of these, and I reset it there, then we see the runestone is actually, that is actually something I need to change in the prefab. So you should default to, you're at 1.3. Okay, now you're already there. This just wasn't doing it for some reason. Okay, but then if I do this, how does this look visually? The text looks kind of hard to read there. Okay, I think this is gonna be, you have to hover over it. So this is where I would want some kind of like rune symbol. Yeah, okay, so that's some kind of symbol. What all can you type into? Well, like Fredoka probably has all of the font stuff. I don't know if there is like some interesting symbols I could use as a placeholder, like rune image, I guess. Oh, tooltips. I might have to think about tooltips at some point. Oh boy, okay. Wow, this gave me no greens. Kind of funny that I have a green scores double, and then it gave me no greens. Okay, but that visually... So now we go... Instead of doing that text... Let's do like a So if I look at the button, I doubled the text size to text. So font size is 36. And then the scale is 0.4, 0.4, 0.2. So then if we go over to the runestone, the text is 36, but it's 0.1. So how about 0.2? Okay, and then the sample text in this case is going to be like 8 or something. Or like I said, can I do some kind of weird symbol or something? Like an @ symbol? Okay, well the sample text can go back. Because that's not actually... Okay, then here was this. I wanted to do like that, or like a percentage, or there's not anything that looks like a maybe it is like a 0.4. Because if it is just the single symbol, it might be why I done diddly did the way I done diddly did it. Okay, so now if we just do a single symbol, give me something that looks funky. Only there's nothing that looks super heckin' funky, is there? Ampersand? Yeah, okay. That's kind of closer to it. Okay, so yeah, it is doing something more like a symbol. Then I need to do a tooltip. So then the tooltip here would say green scores better. Now this is making it like, so if I hover over something for Balatro. Okay, well that was a good test of like a runestone upgrade thing. Yeah, but the question is hovering over a card. Wait. Do they have just an image of... I feel like these screenshots do a good job of showing all of the... Okay, there we go. So yeah, it has here, and then it has the tooltip. Do they do that anywhere else? Do they show a tooltip? Yes, okay. So this is them hovering over the Jover that is Fibonacci, which then has the highlight of here's what it actually does. Yeah, so that's the next step, is to figure out tooltips for all these things. And then I'm assuming if you hover over a card here, it also does the explanation of what kind of thing the whatchamacallit is. Or, well, yeah, what the modifier is on the card. Okay. Well, that was a good test. So I'll probably need to figure out some kind of rune symbols, which I guess you could grab from some other rune-based game. It's just like a hook. I was gonna say, yeah, this is that one that looked like it was a lot going on. It's had like some logic puzzle stuff too, I think, right? It's like matching the different color symbols kind of stuff. this does make me a little more confident in my idea of, like, because this does not immediately tell you, like, looking at a screenshot here, this doesn't entirely tell you, okay, here's how you play the game. But I think if I did a screenshot of Plunk here and then had, like, the pathing of, like, here's an arrow that says you go here, 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 over however many buttons, then that does tell you a little more of, like, how to play off of just a screenshot. Okay, like I said, I was going to bed. That was just a quick test of, does this work as the upgrade item, which I think it does. Because it is big, it is not a perfect circle. It's kind of too big. I think I want it a little closer to the size of the buttons like everything else. Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to do. So I wanted to change the pipe to be along this edge and just coming in here and then empty this space. So this is always an empty space. Because then the idea was to do, you can actually modify the balls that come into the board as well. Yeah, because I messed with the camera angle just to... Go to bed! I need to go to bed early. I did not go to bed early last time, so just go to bed. Nobody is here, right? Nobody better be here. I'm not doing anything super interesting. Well, I don't know. I find it interesting. Is there like a Pogorli that is... Wow, that is lagging. I really should get into the habit of pulling it up over here instead of over there. Okay, there. Now, can I inflate my Twitch numbers? Okay, let's not pull it up there. It's just because it covers up my screen. Okay, there we go. Wow, that pulled up a lot faster on this other screen. Why did it pull up so much faster on this other screen? That's just weird. And then it bumped up to 3. Okay, so that might be me watching myself. Either that, or it's Brainoid, who is lurking and is asleep, and Phil, who is lurking and asleep. Well then, if everybody is asleep, then doing a raid seems a little silly. Yeah, I know Dr. Spectred also knows about Replicat, but was also like, looks cool. And that was kind of just, the response was just that. Let's see, there's... Oh, actually working on Scramble Heart City this time. Oh, and then Savvy Hollow must have just started up. I think Andu, I've seen the multiplayer thing that was being worked on. Not a lot of game development today. Or at least right now. There's a... Okay, if I can get rid of this... Hold on, okay, well, let's see if... okay, so let's raid over here and then I can go to bed. There's a multiplayer thing to help test. I'll help test it. Especially if this is... if I'm the only one around. Okay, so... And... Is there anybody else to raid with, or is it just me? Oh, there is. People coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, we gotta go help test out this little multiplayer thing. They don't have anybody else testing it out. 4 viewers? Who the heck is coming here now? Okay, but I'm leaving. I'm going to bed after we test this, most likely. Yeah, we gotta check out the pin and test this. But I will be back tomorrow, probably with... Yeah, I should do some more Replicat. I think I'm gonna do some more Replicat, and then hopefully I'll do a faster run and not take it the whole time, just doing Replicat, and then I can go do some Borderlands 4 because I want to finish that. Dang it, I want to finish it. So that's the plan. Replicate in Borderlands 4 tomorrow. But goodbye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun sleeping. Bye.
See how this has some noise?
And
Pretty cool. Cellular might work. Howdy, Gnomeable. How goes the dev? Pretty cool. Look at this fire. Ah! We got this from Godot shaders. We're kind of hitting a little roadblock, so we decided to fuck around with shaders. So right now we're adding a little texture to this log. It's like, you know, like yeah, just like I don't know. It's barely detectable. I wonder. And this is the roughness map. Can we do like a? Is there another like height? What about height map? What if we? I think height map is, you know, a thing. So I'm curious if I can like add a. Oh, just add a rock texture to it. Nah, that doesn't work. I was trying to add noise to this, but yeah, we're making a 3D friend kino. So meaning a hello. Yeah, you can join our island if you want to join our island. Let's see if it's still up. I have to restart it real quick. But this is a little demo island that is for chat to join if you choose. It starts the stream up in another window, and you can mute the stream there, or you can mute the stream, mute the whole site. It's best in Chrome, and then yeah, it's like a chat. It's like a chat. And then you can press one to wave. One to wave. That's the best part. That's the best part. So you can kind of. There's like another one. I think it's. Is it? There's one that's kind of like. I think it's. I don't even know anymore. Oh, Gnomeable. Let's wave. Press 1 to wave. Gnomeable. Let's wave. B to become a ball. Press 1 to wave. Press B to become a ball. Maybe they're still loading in because sometimes it takes a second. They're still loading in, especially to get the GPU going. But Turtle joined. Hello, Turtle. We're seeing Gnomeable has become a ball. Whee! Let's ball it up. We're just balls. B to ball, and then 1 to wave. Welcome, welcome. So that's how this works. And eventually we'll have fish. So whenever someone chats, we'll put them in as a fish in the water, and then you could fish them out. But yeah, it's kind of inspired like oh, Gnomeable raided as well. I didn't see that until just now, but Turtle and Gnomeable are hanging. And it's inspired by those little things where people kind of like, there's like 2D sprites that kind of walk at the bottom of your screen. So, but this one's playable. It's so much cooler, right? And I can do like little mini games and stuff. And eventually I'll have XR where I can use my VR headset and hand tracking, face tracking, and pick people up and like, you know. So there's a lot of things planned. Turtle waves, yeah. And there's also like a chat here. If you press tab, the chat and this is a lot faster. Got a little desktop roller coaster. I did see that project in your itch? Because you're from RVA Game Jams, I believe. It's similar to that in that, you know, we're both using the transparent background. It's such a pretty cool thing. Aloha. So it's just like less latency in this. I've got to have chat bubbles appear above people, but yeah, there's lots to do here. But this runs on WebRTC is kind of a fast thing, and I've been trying to like think about like passive things you can do in terms of like kind of hanging in front of a stream, and like, you know, fishing is one of the more obvious ones, but if you have other ideas for this type of thing, let me know. Roller coaster, kind of like drawing roller coasters is good, or, you know, you have chatters as little people. But yeah, this runs pretty decent. Eventually I'll have more to like game to be had here. But tried making a stream hide and seek for a while. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Stream hide and seek, huh? Could like click to find them, you know, like it's real interesting. Oh, let's get our flame back on. Flame on. Okay, so we've got some logs. I'm really curious about like the best way to add like a quick depth to this thing. Let's check out this link. Chat, hide, and seek. Oh, maybe DM me the password on Discord. I'm around, or DM it somewhere. I'm also thinking about making a gnome themed friend co-op game, you know. That's probably yay. I didn't like yay with an exclamation point. Try an incognito window, you know, test it yourself. Oh, I think this thing keeps disconnecting. I think our island has died again. That's sad. Yeah, it's dead. Sorry about that. Found. Oh, that's clever. All right, let's see. Play hide and seek with chat. Integrated game where streamer chat can use coordinates to pick which to hide and where to run to. It's just all about coordinates. That's cool. That's cool. Cool. Yeah, definitely. This is the type of mini game I want. That's cool. You've got a lot of secrets on your itch then. I'm looking at the roller coaster one. Oh, I can used to have a hotkey for this. I got it. Don't spin my music, please. I don't want to get copyrighted. Oh my gosh, that's first person. That's terrifying. Pretty cool. Quack. Very important button. Ride, POV. There you are. You're in the... Okay, so you've got a little avatar and everything. Excellent. Love it. Yeah. You can... Yeah, mining ores. Like, there's so many cool, like, unexplored places that we could go with these type of prototypes, right? Like, I think it's a really under investigated thing, especially with WebRTC doing more real time stuff, or even WebSockets for like semi real time, because you could pull for updates pretty quickly. You don't have to have them instantaneously, but it'd be faster than chat commands. Anything better than like exclamation point fish or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you feel like a more of an actual participant, but at some point, like it's kind of tricky because then, you know, you're a player, but you're also a viewer, and this line is kind of tricky. Um, like how passive of an activity can it be? But yeah, I think the coaster one's really cool. But using an extension as well, like an extension that's installed on your Twitch stream, is kind of like, I think uh, my pipe dream, because I could run